My fish fam, we're back. And by we, I mean myself and my brother. We're
Yeah.
here to play some modern Merfolk.
Yeah.
And, well, we're going to keep playing with Hydroelectric Specimen.
That's weird.
This is my replacement to Mutavault. Now, it would probably synergize better with Force Negation in the main deck and also Subtlety. We're not playing with those cards in the main deck, but I still want to test this card out. Now, I'm actually doing a few things new. First things first, we're going to 22 lands. So we've got 14 blue sources over here. And we also have 4 Sink into Stupor and 4 Hydroelectric Specimen. The point of going to 22 lands is so that there is a greater chance that we are going to curve out into 3 mana to cast things like Hydroelectric Specimen, Tishana's Tidebinder, Harbinger of the Seas, and Svelune of Sea and Sky. I actually practiced playing with this type of deck when Modern Horizons 3 came out, but I did make one mistake, and my mistake is I played with Mutavault, and I didn't realize how much of a non-bow it was with Harbinger of the Seas to be playing with Hydroelectric Specimen and Sink into Stupors with Mutavaults, because when you play with Mutavault, then that means you have to put these things into play untapped and bolt yourself constantly to cast your spells. Not going to be the case in this case. We have a lot of blue sources we can lean on and hopefully bolt ourselves a lot less. Now, one thing that I have going in this deck is we're interacting a lot on the earlier turns of the game. We're playing with 3 Stern Scolding to hit the energy decks, to hit Merktide, to hit, well, you can hit like Ral in the Storm deck, and a lot of the Belcher creatures. Stern Scolding is going to be hopefully very playable.
Oh, yeah.
Another thing is we got the 3 Consigned to Memories, which are going to be fine versus ETBs, but also a lot of the combo decks that are prevalent right now. Something I do not want to do. So we're playing these things early, Consigned, Stern Scolding, we got 1 Dismember, so that we are not tapping out on turn 2. That's really, really important. I think we are getting blasted in the face in 2025 when we just tap out on turn 2 and don't do anything pretty significant. I am putting more Tide Shapers into the sideboard. All right, we have 2 Tide Shapers in the sideboard. The full playset of Lord of Atlantis is in the sideboard. Let's try that out. These are like the weakest cards in the deck. And when we're up against a blue deck, we'll side all of them in. If we're up against a deck where hitting the land is super important, we can side the extra Tide Shapers in. But I think these are just the worst cards we could possibly have. And my dream for Merfolk right now is we go turn 1, do something. Turn 2, do nothing.
Still hopefully survive.
Pass the turn. Then like play Flood Pit Drowner maybe at end of turn. Turn 3, play a land. Have Tishana's Tidebinder up, or if we are gonna tap out for anything, I want it to be something incredibly powerful and high impact. Svelune of Sea and Sky, which is a very good blocker and also a basically our card advantage engine. I don't know if Svelune is good enough. This might be some wasted slots. Maybe Svelune should be other cards like Tishana's Tidebinder and maybe 2 Lord of Atlantis come back.
Blister Coil weird, maybe?
No, I'm not. We're not playing with that card. And so anyway, that's the plan, and we're just going to be much more high impact when we get the 3 mana, and also if we have nothing else to do, we just throw out a Hydroelectric Specimen. Hopefully, with Vile, Hydroelectric Specimen will help protect our better creatures like Tishana's Tidebinder, Harbinger. And by the way, if we fled out, that's fine. We got Mindspring Merfolk here. If we flood on lands, it's what we want when we have Mindspring Merfolk, and we'll use all the lands to draw as many cards as possible. I get the sense like I should have more Dismembers in the main.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we are gonna take some amount of damage from Hydroelectric Specimen and Sink into Stupor, so I don't know how much damage I want to take. So I'm shoving all the Dismembers in the sideboard, and hopefully Stern Scolding and Flood Pit Drowner is enough to lean on, and to some extent Tishana's Tidebinder, to protect us from the creatures. So anyway, that's the idea. Let's see if it can compete with the Modern of 2025. All right, we lost the die roll.
We're up against CNN here.
I'm bad news. We lost the die roll, but our hand looks like a
They
keep.
mulliganed.
Yeah, we're going to keep this hand. We've got interaction for turn 1, and then we can put a Sink into Stupor into play tapped, and then hopefully have interaction for turn 2.
They went to 5.
Just don't be Tron. Actually, if it was Tron, yeah, I probably would prefer, like, Dismember and Stern Scolding are probably useless versus Tron-ish decks. Okay, they're keeping. Land go. Land go. I also can land go. 2 can play at this game.
If you had gemstone caverns.
Hmm?
If you had gemstone caverns, you'd be ahead on board.
Yeah. Is this Merktide? Merktide.
That's an easy matchup.
You know, for the longest time, I thought Oculus is a card that we have to play around. They dumped the Oculus card. The Merktide decks, they don't seem to be playing Oculus anymore. I don't know what the reason is. I honestly just don't know what the reason is. They ain't doing it. Well, this is a smidge awkward. Ooh, I got a Tide Shaper. I didn't want to bolt myself. So how about we don't? I don't seem to be, I'm not like in no rush to play this Tide Shaper. Our opponent obviously has like some sort of counter magic or something. Opponent fetches, plays Bowmasters. We will counter it with Stern Scolding.
Oh, yeah. That's what it's there for.
Yeah. That's right. That is what it's there for.
I think if Tolkien were still alive, he wouldn't even like Bowmasters.
It's possible.
He'd be like, this is cheap shit.
Okay, we'll counter this.
Called it.
And like,
how did he know?
There's not like big, like I don't mind tapping out here because if our opponent plays, like, so let's say they play Psychic Frog, they can't protect versus a Dismember on the following
Jesus
turn.
Christ. Soul Read.
Oh, come on. I've played millions of games before. I know how this game is played. Okay, now here's the question.
This was
And
pre-recorded.
I think I have to Dismember now. And the reason for this is they might force a negate. But if they do, they'll lose 2 cards. I hope they don't force a negate.
Maybe you should stop predicting things.
Does Consign to Memory help me here? So right now, if they put a Merktide in play next turn, because they can, it'll only be a 3/3. There's no instance in the graveyard. I did have the option to play a Harbinger of the Seas that turn. It's probably not important enough. Okay, I'll just play a Tide Shaper and a Sink into play tapped. And pass. To preserve our life total. Might be a long one.
Nah, you're going to wipe this guy.
Damn, that's a fetch that can go get a swamp. And very likely they'll get it. You want to Thoughtseize me? You want to fail push that? Sure. Oh, now you want a Merktide? What you want to do, opponent? What you want to do? Well, this card is just not so good anymore, so let's just throw it out there. If they want to use Counterspell on it, fine. Nope.
Nope.
They don't want to take damage from their fetch lands. Just going to put a fetch land in play, and that's just going to be manas. Okay, here comes Merktide, I assume. Oh, you know what I could do? I could attempt to Tide Shaper this swamp. Yeah, I think I'll try that. And opponent will be on, like, Fatal Push or Bust here.
Bust it seems.
Okay. Ether Vial, and okay, they attack me for 4. I can attack back for way more. Or hopefully way more. Yeah, that adds blue mana now.
Ha!
Yeah, they have to learn the hard way.
Yeah, I guess he just wasn't paying attention last turn.
Now, they are technically winning the race, but
You have lords.
I do have Lords. I have an Ether Vial coming on.
Coming in hot.
Floodpit Strander is very, very, very good. All right, and we'll attack for 4 first.
I'm gonna zing him.
We're in no super rush. Actually, I won't play this. I will definitely not play this. We're going to save Floodpit Strander when we get the Vial to 2.
What if Merktide Regent had Vigilance? Wouldn't that be great?
No! No, it would not. That would be evil as hell.
He is a regent after all.
Okay, we'll just throw it just try his Tidebinder.
Whatever happened to the other Tidebinder?
What other Tidebinder? Oh, Tidebinder Mage?
Yeah.
Useless. Isn't it like no... You know, it was good at hitting mana dorks. Mana dorks are like borderline dead at this point.
They're coming back. Ooh, he was afraid of that card.
Yeah, absolutely.
He should be.
Ugh.
Decisions.
Okay, so I can attack for 4, put our opponent down to 7. Yeah, I'll have lethal by next turn. I don't have to do anything.
He's going to be in for a surprise with this.
Oh, yeah. Big surprise. Change? Yeah, big change.
Bzz.
Aunt, what was her name from Spider-Man? Aunt May.
May.
Aunt May.
I need $20. That's my $20. Well, 3, 2, 1.
Well, I only have 6 power in play. I mean, they have no reason to resign yet.
I would.
But we're on our way. The only thing I can think of that would keep them in the game is some sort of Otawara / Sink into Stupor. That's the only thing I can think of that is going to keep the game going on. But, like, if they play that, then the Merktide still doesn't untap for another turn, and they're still getting hit for a good chunk of damage.
He's steamed.
No, they're bad news.
Here comes another Merktide.
No, maybe it's the Sink.
Or maybe it's, yeah. You've been calling it all day.
Yep. See?
Holy Christmas.
I can't do anything about it. Okay, so that frees up Watery Grave. I will replay the Harbinger of the Seas next turn.
Fatal Push.
Looks like it.
Oh, how did I know? I'm almost as good as...
I don't understand that. That was a mistake. You can hit the Tide Shaper. Oh, they're afraid that I'm going to shuffle the Merktide away. Okay, that's fair, I guess. I wasn't. I plan to kill you with that. Ooh, Mindspring Merfolk. Okay, let's redeploy this card. Let's attack for, I guess, just 2. Play Mindspring and pass.
You get big value out of that Mindspring.
I don't think Consign interacts meaningfully against like anything our opponent does. I got a blocker. You think that matters, huh?
Well, reader beware, you're in for a scare.
Yeah, I got the unblockable. One of the 4 lords in my deck that does this. Okay, there. Everything's lagging up, which means
They saw enough.
Okay, so this basically, if I have Lord of Atlantis on my sideboard, I'm bringing it in versus any deck with I think any deck with islands. You know, Control, Merktide, those are going to be the matchups you're going to want to bring this card in.
Belcher.
I know Harbinger of the Seas look good here, but no, it's not that good in this matchup. It's pretty poor. Consigned Memory is going to be poor. Dismember is also going to be... It's going to be fine, actually. We have to bring it in to kill Tameo, Psychic Frog, and occasionally a Merktide that just couldn't get big enough. We're going to bring in the Tide Shapers because it's a reliable 1-drop. I'll take out 1 Mindspring Merfolk. Oh, we have to bring in some Flare of Denials for... Sorry, not Flare, Force Negations. What am I signing out for that? Maybe another Mindspring. Mindspring is not that good. Maybe I side them all out. Like, it gets eaten up by Bowmasters, which I don't like. At least I like the upside with Flood Pit's Drowner. I can tap and get rid of a Merktide. And the thing is, if with Mind Spring, like I don't want to say this card's bad in this matchup, but it's like it's awkward. It can get chewed up by Bowmasters, and also if there's a Bowmasters on the board, you can't activate this card. You're gonna give your Bowmaster opponent like a million triggers, or I guess you can activate it, but you just don't draw cards. So there's that possibility. Tishana's time. Okay, hold on. So let's bring in Force of Negation. The post board, they're going to bring in some sort of heavy hitting sweeper. They all have to. The decks to beat are like Prowess, Is It Prowess, and Energy. So they're going to have Toxic Deluge, and like, you know, they're bringing in the big guns.
What the hell is mono green basking?
Oh, it's Basking Root Walla combo. Yeah, I think I'm fine with this. How many creatures do we have? We actually have, like, okay, this 26 is deceptive. We actually have 22. You always have to -4 because Hydroelectric Specimen doesn't really count.
You hear that? You weirdo.
Yeah. Do I take out, like, one of... maybe we'll bring in one Mind Spring, take out one Force. Okay, sure. So I'll have 5 counter spells. That should be enough anyway. I could maybe also take out a Dismember.
Move his 3 stuck.
Don't want my life total getting down that low. Hand looks great. Cavern of Souls. We will not name weird. Okay, we'll keep this. Also, the way this hand is, it's possible we'll get Ether Vial to 3 and start casting creatures and then protecting them. And also, this is a decent card to, I wouldn't say surprise block a Bowmaster, but, you know, it's a pretty good roadblock one way or another.
It's pretty weird.
So they kept a card on top. I'm highly paranoid our opponent is going to play Psychic Frog turn 2. I don't have an answer to that. So I'm actually going to go play Nanaimo. And... is it worth it? I like can't beat a Psychic Frog. The thing is, my hand's not that bad if we just pass the turn back and forth. But then if I play Ether Vial on turn 2, that's going to be too late. Or I wouldn't say too late. It's going to get hit by like Counterspell, and they're still going to have Counterspells post board.
T2 Vial always hurts the most.
They got Frog, they got Frog. And here's the Frog. Okay. I'm not thrilled about the Frog, but Frog's whatever.
Lightning Bolt.
No, only Flood Pits would be good here. Actually, that is a really good card. Ooh, that was a mistake. What I should have done was put a Hydroelectric Specimen in to play it tapped and then passed. But that's okay, whatever. Because we'll take one more damage than we want to. So, Tishana's Tidebinder is good because we can...
stop the trigger.
Yeah.
Should have used the other one. This thing should be a weird. All things considered.
Oh, they're pumping it up, getting the counterspell. They already realized the counterspell is useless. So unless we draw a land, I'm going to take extra damage that I don't want. They don't want to take. Oh, they want a bolt? Okay, so they've got some combination of Bowmasters plus something else.
They have it all right.
That's poorly timed. Okay, we'll play this. Bolt. And pass. Now we got to be even more careful with this Flood Pit's Drowner. And one nice thing, you can't pitch Mutavault to Force Negation, but I can pitch the Hydroelectric Specimen.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's a huge upside.
I think if they play Bowmasters, I'm just going to let it resolve.
Nothing weird about that interaction.
What are they doing here? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no.
Well, you got to make a choice now. Deploy your flash creatures.
I think my choice is going to be, like, force negate this thing.
Yeah, you can pitch the weird. So long, you weirdo.
No, I can hardcast it.
Oh.
What the hell?
Yeah, what the hell?
Oh, it must have been a daybreak thing. They're giving me stuff.
For hardcasting and fortification.
Yeah.
For
For thinking about it. For just thinking about it. Okay, I have a flood pits that I can use to stop the frog. The only concern now, though, is I could get hit by Bowmasters if they play black land. But they would have to... no, they didn't have to top deck it. Or did they have to top deck it? Because they bolted themselves with the Soporific Springs.
How do you pay attention to all this stuff?
I'm a Merfolk Master. What do you want from me? I think we're taking this thing up to 3.
Yeah.
Why not? I think we're going to take it up to 3. That lets us put the weird in play. We can even bounce the Psychic Frog. Okay, let's get an uncounterable Master of the Pearl Trident in play. Attack for 3.
This is going to hurt.
Because we can now play everything. We can play Stern Scolding. If they try to kill my Master, oh man, it'd be so good. They Fatal Push on our turn. And then we redirect the Fatal Push to a Hydroelectric Specimen. So good. Yes.
That's a good call. It's weakness.
This might not be a sign of weakness. They might be building up a Merktide.
This guy doesn't even look that weird. You look weirder than him.
Fetch, do it. Do it. Ugh. Do I go for it here? Yeah, I have to. It's just worth it.
That would be backbreaking. It's so good. He might resign right now.
It's not as good as it could be, but like I wanted to save it for the Psychic Frog, but I can always bounce Psychic Frog with the Sink into Stupor now.
Oh, that is so backbreaking. Fetch lands not resolving in 2025. Never thought I'd see it.
Yes. I'm loving it too.
It's probably going to tell you to F off and go.
I wonder, do they have Consign to Memory? I mean, I got hit by Consign to Memory quite a few times from the Merktide deck, just because, like, I guess we have these interactions, like Drowner. We've got a lot of triggered abilities. Even Ether Vial. I think once they consigned my Ether Vial trigger, so I couldn't even, like, get the Vial up 1.
Sets you back a turn.
Yeah. They're asking, wonder if this works. Consign? Oh, no, it won't.
Oh, he's going to Fatal.
Yeah, they're going to Fatal Push. Unfortunately, Hydroelectric Specimen in our hand. They're like, wonder if this works. And I told them it won't. And they went, LOL. But you know what? The point is, yeah, you tried. That's what it's all about here. You don't try, you don't win.
Big creature. Lord, come on. Mr. Atlantis.
Yeah. Even though I shoved you all in the sideboard. That card was arguably better. And now we've got protection with this Hydroelectric Specimen. And do we have lethal? No. Technically no.
What a stand-up guy.
I do my best. So maybe I'm actually going to let the Psychic Frog hit me. I'm paranoid of Toxic Deluge. Yeah, I'm pretty paranoid of Toxic Deluge. I'm just going to let the Psychic Frog hit me. Because if I go Flood Pit Strander, tap it, they go Toxic Deluge for 2, I'm like cooked. I can't win. But I have Sink into Stupor for a Toxic Deluge, so if they want, they can draw a card.
Let the little froggy do it.
And then I will end of turn Flood Pit's Drowner, which will seem might seem very weird, but I think it's correct. Because then I'll just have lethal. So here, if they go, oh yeah, if they go Toxic Deluge, they'll pay 2 life. I'll play Sync and they'll concede on the spot.
Have you ever eaten frog legs?
Um, I don't think so. Well, that's concerning. What is this, subtlety mana? Kaito. Isn't this a bit late? Can I do anything about this? Oh, I can sync it.
Yep.
Yeah, I can sync that. And then they're at 5 and they're lost. Because this can stun stuff. Yeah, tap a creature, it's stunned.
He has his own flip pitch drowner. Good games.
Yeah, good games.
Easy.
Well, they mulliganed. Did they mulligan the second game too?
No.
Okay. Well, in the game 1, they mulliganed, so it was a lot easier than it looked. But like, this is one of the matchups I
You
prefer to
once
have.
mulliganed.
Look, I played around all this stuff. They had everything.
Once mulligans to 3 against Dredge, and you whooped them.
Played around it perfectly. All right, that was round 1. Let's get on to round 2. We won the die roll for round 2. Hand is actually quite good. We're going to keep it. We've got remember, this is a land. Hydroelectric Specimen is a land. So we're going to play this. We are going to bolt ourselves. And it's a pretty decent 1 land Vial hand because we can play Consign to Memory and play Mindspring Merfolk off of our Ether Vial. So very, very nice.
He says, cool color.
Cool color.
Oh,
Blue.
Yeah.
What is this? Okay. Vine Lasher. Offspring. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent. What the hell does that mean? Sounds like something to Tashanda's Tidebinder. I don't think... Well, it looks like I'm going to have to keep my life total high and dry. Pay 3 life? No.
Absolutely not.
I'll save the Flood Fitz Drowner for when we have our Vial on too. Oh, this is annoying.
That's a weak little landfall trigger.
This is an aggro deck of some sort? I've never seen this before. I've no idea what's going on. Gonti's Machinations. Enchantment. Whenever you lose life for the first time each turn, you get an energy. Pay double energy. Sack it. Each opponent loses 3 life. You gain life equal to life lost this way. This is like a burn deck. This is black burn. Sack it. Each opponent loses 3 life. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. Okay. So, sort of still waiting for a good spot for my Consign to Memory. Well, if I knew my life total was that important, maybe I would have... No, I didn't want to bolt myself. That's silly. How do I get this Harbinger in play? And really get my opponent. Attack for 2, I guess. Sorry, attack for 1. Yeah, I can't even draw cards here. Oh, whenever you lose life. Oh, wow. I'm just helping my opponent. Interesting. Very interesting.
You get energy.
Assuming they're going to get a basic swamp.
What a basic idiot. Oh, he's paying.
No, they're not. I mean, there's a world where we take the vial up to 3 and just Harbinger and win. Three damage to an opponent. Okay. Lightning bolt me? This is awful.
He's going off.
Yeah, apparently.
He's having a good time.
Oh, and this is repeatable. Well, I wouldn't say I'm gonna put an end to this, but I'm gonna slow this crap down.
Gotcha. You should get a lizard for a pet.
Why?
Because they're cool.
Ugh, another Harbinger of the Seas. So I need a land.
You just play the thing.
So Why don't you crack this on your turn to get another energy? Like, isn't that the point? Whenever you lose life for the first time each turn, so like you could have cracked it on that turn.
You're saving it for when you're low enough.
I think I'm going to attack for 3 and put the Harbinger of the Seas in play on my opponent's turn. I want to attack now because they're going to crack the I think they're going to crack the fetch land. I probably should have made a move at their upkeep or something.
It was an idea.
What does this thing do? Ugh, am I just dead? I probably should consign that stupid thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next time.
Okay, let's activate this. Oops, I should have countered the trigger on this thing. Now he has 3 energy. Can pay 3 energy. Deal 3 life. Oops, I should have countered that too. I have this stupid consigned memory. It's doing nothing. Ooh, Soul Spike. Yes. Do I get hit by Bolt or something? Does Mount do? Deals 1 damage to each opponent. How does this pay 3 to sacrifice this enchantment? You gain life equal to the amount. Damn, so I screwed up with this consign because I have nothing to consign. And if I countered one... Oh, I guess I couldn't counter the 1 trigger. I still can't counter the stupid thing. Okay, we're actually dead.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I screwed up. I could counter even like
things.
one ping here, and then maybe that would have changed things. That being said, we're gonna steamroll this deck. it's just burn. It's black burnish. It's black burn or something. Spreading Seas is probably good on the play. Consigned Memory is bad. Although, funny enough, if I just fired that off on a single damage, it would have saved us. Yeah, we very likely... Well, I want to say we would definitely have won.
But you would have survived another turn.
I don't want to say we definitely would have won, but we would have been in a very good spot to win, even at 1 life. Even with that creature in play, because we had the Tishana's Tidebinder. What do we want? Lords are no good. Never have been. Sveiloon is unnecessary. I don't think Stern Scolding is good.
Hear that? You're unnecessary.
I'd rather just deal with the stuff in play. Okay, we'll keep 1 Sveiloon, I guess. So have a 2nd Sveiloon, take out a Lord. Lords are not that good. Like, you don't need... How many creatures do we have? 24? That's fine. The random dirtly crap we have in this deck is fine. You just, like, need to control the game. I'm not in love with this hand, but we'll keep it.
Well,
I would... would I keep this on the draw? Maybe. Oh, that was stupid. That is not... Well, I probably need to play a blue source by turn 2 to play my Spreading Seas, but, like, that's just not the blue source.
That's just not the play.
So I should just hope to draw another line, because this is useful, just in case our opponent has, like, Ensnaring Bridge in their deck or something. Okay, that's a convenient card to see. Merfolk, Spreading Seas. There's so many different ways we could have played last game, like even not attacking would have worked. It would have been completely
big
fine.
card draw. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Dang, you had another line.
Yeah, they usually do. Believe it or not. Ooh, Sorin. How does this work? Beginning of each post-combat main phase, if you gain 3 or more life this turn. Oh yeah, if you gained life. So if you Soul Spike me or something. Soul Spike my Sveiloon would be awful.
Buzz this guy.
Wow, maybe they have Soul Spike in hand. What does it turn into? I can't see it. Like this is the only thing I hate about Magic Online right now. They used to show the back side of a flip card, and now it just shows the front side. And that's, well, I guess I could right click, but that's not what I want to see. You get a Sorin at 3 loyalty. Can make food token, deal 1 damage. 1 deals damage equal to the amount of life you gain this turn to target creature. And it has extort, right? A weird ability.
Not as weird as your.
Now I'm gonna take a chance. Won't let this stupid thing deal any damage.
The card should scream when you do that.
Maybe we get to activate the flood pits.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
That card is sweet.
Big card draw. Oh, it's getting good.
It's getting better.
Blow some exhaust in the Sorin's face.
Yeah. I don't know. Does it give off exhaust? Maybe it gives off bubbles or something. What's the extort? Is it just, no, it has to be a black or a white.
I was walking to
Sure, this is fine. I'm gonna make sure. Actually, I have no idea what I'm afraid of here.
I was walking to the main office for the realty to get my rent receipts.
Mm-hmm.
And some people were making bubbles, and this one bubble, it went the distance. It lasted like 3 minutes before it popped.
The things you see downtown.
That's gotta be a world record for a bubble that size, anyway.
Bump in the night. The extort. You're gonna pay for the extort? Do I just win here? 3, 5, 6. Oh no, this could be 4, 6. Yeah, this is actually lethal. Because Mind Spring Merfolk will get the job done. Oh, do you have... Maybe now they have Soul Spike? I wasn't even thinking about that. I should have just let it resolve. I'm an idiot.
You stay down.
Yeah, stay down.
Imagine it does the reverse. It actually flips back. See, sorry.
Yeah, let's just draw a bunch of cards.
Full
and
value
attack for lethal.
Good lord, you had it all. More. Just really get it in there.
It's 10 damage unless you Soul Spike me. You do have Soul Spike. Attacking me.
What about the Lord in play?
I don't have a Lord in play.
Violet in.
Okay, I draw a Sink into Stupor. What am I going to do? 10. It's only 10, so I can put our opponent down to 1. This is going to flip. At the beginning of each of your post-combat main phases, if you gain 3 life this turn. Oh, of your post-combat main phases, not mine. Oh, I don't think our opponent realized that one either. Okay, do I want Dismember?
What the hell
Probably
happened?
Not. Huh?
What the hell happened?
They were hoping to Soul Spike and that the Sorin would flip later, but it only flips if it's your turn.
Oh.
Okay, Stern Scolding looks infinitely better. The problem is I don't know how many creatures are in the deck, and also on top of that, I can't counter the turn 1 creatures.
I just go to 63 cards.
Sorin's evil. Sorin's a pretty evil card. It's gonna be hard. It's just annoying to deal with.
Sorin. Sorin my ass.
You know, I'm gonna take out more lords. Like, the lords are just useless. Okay, oh, on the draw, Spreading Seas is not that good, so that gives us a good reason to play Stern Scolding. You know what? And we'll play 1 Consigned Memory because we can counter the Sorin trigger. What else can we counter? Who knows? Maybe there's some other magical thing that we can counter. Off this stupid Consigned Memory. The hand's not bad.
They're keeping the full 7.
That's fine.
Chancellor of the Dross.
Chancellor of the Dross. And they can discard that to Soul Spike. When this creature enters target point at the beginning of your upkeep, this creature deals 2 damage to you. That's not good. Well, it's a beater. 5 damage already. Sheesh. Sheesh. Our hand is pretty good, though. I think we can race our opponent.
You again.
Snap counter you. Not even gonna think twice about it.
You get like a little gecko or something.
They seem to be on a 1-lander.
He might save you money on car insurance.
Flare of Denial is going to be very good because we need a means of protecting our Harbinger of the Seas from a Soul Spike on our turn, because we can Force Negate on their turn, but we can't Force Negate on our turn. So we're going to get Flood Pit Strandor in play, and then hopefully the Flood Pits is going to protect us. Sorry, protect our Harbinger of the Seas. Another one. Shoot.
Can you buzz it before it reaches the other end of the table?
I think I'm going to let it resolve. And we're just going to beat our opponent. I think we have a winning clock. Like, this is a 4-turn clock, but we're going to play Harbinger of the Seas, and it's just going to be lethal. That's fine. It can kill me. Ooh, I can consign to memory those things. Ooh, I can Tishana's Tidebinder it too. Funny. The dumbest of interactions to beat this deck. But I suspect that this is the most important of all of them.
Sorry, bud.
Let's see how well you can play your spells with no lands. With no lands. Oh, if it's not your turn, destroy all creatures that entered this turn.
Can you Flare to now then?
Yeah, we might as well do it. If it's not your turn, you may exile a black card from your hand rather than pay them. Yeah, we might as well flare this. They're at 6, so this is still lethal. And now, if it goes to if it gets to their turn, then it's just over because I can Force Negate a Soul Spike. And if they Soul Spike here, they have 0 cards in hand and 1 land in play. That's fine too. Like, that's also losing. They just lose all around. That might be the situation that they're in, and they would lose to these things in 2 more turns.
Yeah, thanks for the help, bud.
Yeah. You might want to try killing these things now.
Yeah, somehow. Oh, it's painful. So painful. He opened with that Chancellor of the Dross, probably thinking everything.
There it is. There's the Soul Spike. Well, I have a spike of my own. The Spike of Force and Negation. I got it all. Well, you gave me the creatures. You gave me the creatures. Oh, let me Tishana's Tidebinder one of these, just for like good measure. Yeah. Anyway,
he's drawing his next.
Yeah,
card.
they want to see what's coming up. It's a good matchup. It should be a good matchup. It's like
show the chat.
It should be strictly a worse burn matchup here. If anyone wants to see the chat, it's like cool caller. Shit, dude. LOL. Yeah, I know. I'm a Merfolk deck. We always got it. We always got it. Okay, that was round 3. We're gonna move on to round 4. It's actually round 3 now. The hand is fine, and we won the die roll. We'll keep it. We go turn 1 Mind Spring, turn 2 Mind Spring while playing Hydroelectric Specimen, and then we can curve into turn 3 Svalin.
We're really gonna make a Limp Biscuit set for Magic the Gathering.
I have no idea. Ooh, we're up against Blink. Oh, sorry, no, we're up against Esper Reanimator. We could be dead faster than we know it. Well, this sucks. This was like a worst case scenario.
Yeah, you basically got a full house.
Basically. Maybe it was worth keeping in my hand. Oh, no, maybe my life total still matters in this matchup.
Does that weirdo live in that glass tube? Is that where he lives?
Well, he's a specimen.
Is that where he shits?
It's like Mewtwo is created in a lab.
No, don't you compare this weirdo to Mewtwo.
Was this like a? Oh, no, this is still Reanimator. What they got? They got choose Thoughtseize. By all means. Oh, by the way, I took out the Hex Catcher from our sideboard. Hopefully that was the right decision. We'll go play a Sphaloon, and because I don't really have much to do here, they don't have any good reanimation targets. I'd rather put like some pressure on the board and then play Tashawn's Tidebinder.
Too late.
They'll probably take Tashawn's Tidebinder. It's the only thing that can reasonably interact with their entire game plan. Plus, I mean, these are freaking legendaries. I basically have no cards in my hand. Like next turn, oh, there goes this. Here comes the Solitude. Exile 2 creatures. Oh, and I can't even play the next Solitude because they'll just ephemerate it again. Yeah, this is a bad spot. Well, the hand was actually pretty poor for this matchup.
Still haven't banned that interaction, huh?
Okay, we'll refill our hand though. Well, I guess I don't have to do this now.
No, you should.
I can just pass. Because there's nothing I'm going to draw on this turn that's going to... Like, I played a land for the turn. So if they rebound, hit Solitude, hit Mindspring, I'll just get value. Another thing is, if I wait until end of turn, I can protect myself from Thoughtseize. There's just no reason to do it. Okay. Actually, hold on. So I can get Flare of Denial.
It's possible. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
No, these are all good cards, but I didn't have the mana for it. Also, I didn't have the interaction. Okay, game 2. I'll bring in some small creatures. I don't mind having some small creatures that can attack. Of course, we want counter spells. We actually want Dismember. Dismember. So, like the last league, we lost to Goro's Reanimator. I sided out the Dismembers, but you still want it for like Psychic Frog and also even sometimes for Solitude for when they tried to blink it. What else can they use it for? You can also kill that creature, that adapt creature. I can't remember. Something of bones. Okay, we'll take out Harbinger of the Seas. Take out... I don't mind having Sphaloon as a beater. Consigned Memory is, like, fine, but not the greatest, to be honest. Is this good enough? Or not? 26 creatures post-forward? I have to remove some interaction. Maybe I'll take out 1 Dismember, maybe 1 Force Negation, maybe 1 Consigned Memory. Or maybe Consigned Memory is just bad. Like, if, let's say, oh no, if they Goryo's Atraxa, and I counter it, that's fine. Yeah, that's actually a plus, because they still have to sack the creature at end of turn. I just need to counter the stupid trigger.
How do you keep track of all this?
Easily. Easily.
This game's too complicated.
26 creatures. I can't go further down. Maybe a Stern Scolding. Stern Scolding's... No. It's Solitude. Too many good things.
The average...
Okay, a Flare? Does that make any sense? Okay, maybe... No, I don't want to take out... I gotta have some Dismembers. Or maybe I don't. Do I need Dismember?
You're thinking too hard.
Consigned Memory interacts with that Bones card, too. Because they adapt, the counter gets put on. And then once the counter's put on, then you can respond to the trigger. Okay, I'll get... Maybe, okay. I said, I'm bringing in Dismember. And now I'm taking out Dismember. But I'm going to leave 1. We have 1 Dismember. Matchup also should be significantly harder because... Ooh!
Movers are stuck.
This hand sucks. I'm just going to mulligan. It's too weak. This hand is sort of worse, too. It's pretty bad. I can go turn 1, Tide. into Mind Spring. Okay, we're gonna gamble on this one. Come on, no, know a lot of things. We're going aggro. We have to hope our opponent doesn't have like any interaction. I just don't want to mulligan to 5 because it feels like a complete loss. Go gadget, Tide Shaper.
Boing, oing, oing, oing. Hey,
okay.
It's turning around.
Sort of. But we're gonna play as if our opponent cannot interact with our board. If they've got a Solitude scam hand, then I guess we just lose. Oh, you know what I could have done? I should have just played both Mind Springs. That would have been better. And just attack for 2 and then set up a really big Master of the Pearl Trident turn.
They really have to ban that interaction.
Well, they're not. They ban Grief.
And Fury.
That's as far as they're going.
Fury's gone too.
Frankly, I know Solitude puts a beating on us, but Solitude is better. Oh, you know what I could have... No, I'm trying to think. Like, I still don't like the Island Walk Lords, even in this matchup. I mean, they're fine. Our opponent plays with islands. Please just play Psychic Frog. Good.
Calls it again.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
What's next week's lottery numbers?
No idea.
Try.
Again, we're going to play as if our opponent cannot interact. Or sorry, I shouldn't say that. It seems like they're in a good spot to interact right now. Because if they Solitude, they can Solitude this, discard a card, block, Master the Pearl Trident. I'll attack for 4. And this should be enough to attack for the victory next turn if they can't combo off next turn.
Combo breaker.
Just goes to show like how weak this deck is when you rely on these lords that just tap out for lord, tap out for lord. It's terrible.
Oh, I thought you were talking about his deck.
No, talking about my deck. All right, can you combo off? Like, the problem is, like, what combination of hands do I beat? That's like my problem here. Like, if you got a combo hand, I lose. If you've got like a value hand with Solitude, I lose. Like, what kind of hand can you have? Maybe like a drown in...
He's probably just got a lot of lands and some other crap in there.
No, at this point, I don't want them to have a lot of lands. Okay, Emperor of Bones. That helps.
He's an emperor now, is he?
Okay, if we draw a land, we probably win. Oh, that's actually really good, because if they have Solitude, I can counter that. Okay. Attack for 10.
Clean 10.
Which means you had to play your Solitude on your turn. Okay, enters the battlefield. This is the exile thing. Cast with Replicate. I want to replicate it once. Okay.
Read the fine print.
Yeah, basically. So if they have somehow Force Negation.
No, he's done.
All right, somehow that hand won. And maybe it shouldn't have, because they could have... Anyway, that had to have been a punt. They could, on their turn, Solitude, eat up a Lord, play Emperor of Bones, and then bring it back, right? At the beginning of combat, you turn exile up to one target card from your graveyard, and you could exile the Solitude, and then you're threatening to play it on the next turn. I think that's a great play. There's like nothing I can do about it. At least, do I bring in Harbinger of the Seas? The thing is, I played against some decks. They're like really protective of their mana. Like they just fetch basic, fetch basic, fetch basic. Like hold on, what's the standard right now? How many basics do they play? Are they playing greedy or? And why do I keep playing against this deck? It's not even one of the top 50 decks. Here's Goros Reanimator. Basic island, 3 swamps, no plains. Oh no, hold on, I'm looking at a blue-black version. Ooh, hold on. Okay, I actually found my opponent's deck. I'm gonna look at somebody else's deck though.
Oh, it's
Okay,
public
we have
information.
one island, 1 plains. Yeah, they have all the basics. Our opponent's just choosing not to bring them in. Or sorry, not aggressively fetch them out. Well, actually, to be honest, they were stuck on 2 lands, so they were not in a position to go grab basics. Change anything? I don't think so.
Let it ride.
I suppose. These hands.
Wow. That's a keeper. You would have had nothing but good stuff.
I'll dump a lord. Since they're so damn useless. Vile should be very good in this matchup, especially since, especially with this Tishana's Tidebinder.
Oh no, you lost.
So our only concern is like they play Psychic Frog into immediately dumping an Atraxa and then Goriosing it next turn because it's like a little too fast for me to deal with. Again, just not getting basics.
He knows what he's doing.
They might. But like it makes me regret. They got they found an Atraxa. Got the Tainted Indulgence. It makes me regret not bringing in the...
I know. Tidebinder.
No, Harbinger. Harbinger of the Zeus. Okay, so I could Tide Shaper the Godless Shrine. Like, so again, if they're like fetch shocking, it could be also a very similar situation as last time where it's they were actually short on mana. This is not the most mana efficient thing for me to do. I would actually prefer to just Vial in the Tide Shaper, hold up Flood Pit's Drowner. Also, by holding up the mana, that can put a lot of fear into our opponent that we've got consigned to memory. Yeah, I think that's how we're going to play.
Look upon my scales with fear.
It's going to be harder for them to tap out and do anything. We'll activate this. I'm not even going to tap the mana. Just can't afford to do it.
All Merfolk should have Ward 20.
Want to kill this thing? No. Because the moment I tap out, they could Goros the Atraxa, and that's a lot of value. That's a lot of value.
Ooh.
Another Tide Shaper. I guess we'll play this. Pay 3 life. Sending a message.
You're ready to go.
They got the message. Okay, now I can start playing things at end of turn. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card unless there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard. No, there are not. That can resolve.
Oh no, you just lost the game.
Put another Atraxa in the graveyard. Can never have enough Atraxas in the graveyard. Well, they're somewhat fearful of my Tishana's Tidebinder sniping off that Marsh Flats. Emperor of Bones. Sure.
Are there any Emperor Merfolk?
The answer is probably. Oh, I can't use this Tide Shaper. So they're going to go get an Atraxa, which is fine with me at the moment. And then I'm going to play Flood Pits Drowner, tap this thing. Or maybe I want to tap the Flaggy Archaeologist.
No, wait. Maybe it'll crash the game if you do the Flood Pits Drowner with the Atraxa again.
Huh?
Remember last time?
What?
It locked up the game.
Doing what?
You buzzed the Emperor of Bones when I think it had the Atraxa attached to it. It locked up the game.
No, it had something to do with Urza Saga, I think.
Oh yeah, no,
okay, so this is a 0/3. This can be a 3/3, and I'm gonna have to interact. Okay, so I actually am going to just. I guess I'm gonna.
Maybe it'll still do it again anyway.
Also, I can threaten to swift it away or whatever.
Come on, do it again. Oh.
I think I'm gonna tick this thing up to 3 now. Yeah, I think I'll tick it up to 3. Oh, you can activate it twice? No, that's fine. No, okay, I want to deal more damage. I hope they don't have Solitude in hand. That would really suck.
You can counter the trigger, though.
I need to counter this Atraxa thing. I need to counter, actually, this Emperor of Bones. There's the swamp.
Swampy bastard.
Ooh, Fatal Push. Alright. Fatally gone. I'm not really in a position to... Oh, maybe I should... Not in a position to win immediately anyway. Okay, I'm going to tap out. We do have the Tishana's Tidebinder up. Now, how it works is that they can adapt.
Improvise and overcome.
They can adapt for 2 mana. It'll put a counter on it. And then when the counter is put on the Emperor of Bones, it's going to trigger to play this Atraxa. That's what we can counter. And the thing is, after it's been adapted once, it can't be adapted again. It's just a one-time deal. So I don't have to worry about future Emperor of Bones adaptations. Okay, so adapt, trigger. Oh, maybe they have a consign of their own. That'd be pretty sweet.
That would suck.
They can consign this too. Because I think they could play consign in their own deck, no? Because they could, I guess, in theory, Solitude. Well, that's not going to do anything. Well, I can wipe my board if you've got Ephemerate. You do have Ephemerate. Did you just draw that? Because like you had that synergy the entire time. But here's the good news. We've got Svelun in our deck.
She's in there somewhere.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what the Atraxa's locked out? Oh.
It's going to start eating up my creatures for no reason. Yes. As far as I understand, the Atraxa is locked out. Now, to be honest, I don't know what happens if they ephemerate their Emperor of Bones. They could do that. That is interesting. Ugh, we needed that, like, before. What happens here?
Have a think about it.
Yeah.
It's what you do best.
So they say. So I guess they're just gonna chew up our Tide Shaper. There's just not much we can do about it. It's gonna die. We're just gonna wait till next turn, I guess. I don't really have any options here. I mean, they might ephemerate the Emperor of Bones. Well, they do. Okay, that's actually interesting. So the Emperor of Bones can come back and get Atraxa, and then when they adapt the Emperor of Bones, I can sink it. So this is actually working out for us.
There's too many interactions in this game.
There's not enough interactions. Okay, we have to let that resolve. No, we can't. Oh, it didn't matter then. Okay, so I actually had to bounce this thing with this on the stack. Put a creature. Yeah, okay, I just screwed that up. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'll just say good games. I'm gonna shame scoop. We have like some equity here, but not a whole lot. This is a very bad spot. Well, we weren't going to draw very well anyway.
Dang.
Yeah. Well, anyway, very sort of similar actually to last time.
Should have kept that 5-land opener.
I did keep. Well, no, I didn't keep. No, I kept a six land hand. It was sort of similar. We were just in mulligan a lot. Our hands were not very good, not very interactive. Well, I don't want to side out all the lords because if I side out all the lords, then I just don't have enough creatures. We just didn't get a good balance of interaction and creatures. But here I could bounce this Emperor. Then what happens? I play this creature. I draw a land. We don't really go anywhere. Anyway, this card might change something. It all depends on what's in our opponent's hand. Because if they have nothing, then that's fine. Anyway, we just got to move on. Anyway, that was round 3. We're gonna move on to round 4. Round 4, we won the die roll. The hand is acceptable. I'll keep this. It's probably gonna be a little painful. Be a little pain. I'm probably going to lead off of Cavernous Souls on the off chance our opponent is playing a deck that I can dismember a turn 1 creature.
They mulligan to 6.
That's great.
I love it when they mulligan.
Yeah, it increases our odds significantly. Now we're on the play without downside.
That's right.
Guess what I'm playing?
If they want to play stupid slot machine decks that require niche interactions, then you deserve to mulligan. Like Belcher, Affinity.
The hell is this? Living End? Living End or Shadow? Oh, actually, it could be Hollow One.
The often cycled but seldom seen.
It's actually way more likely it's Hollow One now.
Death Shadow's just,
which I'm ready for.
Death Shadow's just not there anymore, huh?
There's a Hollow One. Got a Hollow One. That's it? You played a land tapped? Hell is that all about?
Too bad you didn't have those black-blue lands. You abandoned that idea, it looks like.
Huh?
You had those black-blue lands for the niche.
Yeah. Yeah.
You pulled it off once, though, on camera, so.
Well, the thing is, I'm now playing with Svelun again, so I'd rather have, what's it called? Burning Inquiry. I don't like that. I want my Harbinger to live. Okay, and I hope we get to keep Flood Pit's Drowner, but playing it out for nothing is pretty useless. Shoot. Well, the Stern Scolding actually might do something. So we still have the Harbinger of the Seas. I think this deck, it does play with mountains, but it also plays with like a lot of not mountains.
Is it just random what cards it swaps?
Yep. It's right. You must love this card. Okay, what is this? Marauding Mako. Discard a card. You're getting Stern Scolding so fast. And then we've got the Tide Shaper. For good measure. For that last mountain. If necessary. So we just have to hope our opponent doesn't have Bolt. And one of them's in the graveyard, so the odds are down.
Oh, you better know. Oh, okay, good.
There's probably quite a few mountains in the deck, though. Probably at least 4.
Faithless Looting.
It's back.
Who had on their bingo card for 2025
It might have been on someone's bingo card. Yeah, I have no problem with this thing being on. Ooh, Ox of Igonus is coming back. Needs 2 red though, and one of those red is already spoken for.
We'll
start off with Mass of the Pearl Trident, attack for 3. Hit the last red source.
Oh, I'm so sorry, opponent.
I'm not.
This is what the deck does.
Yes. This is what the deck does.
3, 2, 1. I thought I would. I'd shut the client down.
No, they have to test it first. They're one of those players. Does it actually not tap for blue mana anymore? Well, hey, here, I have an idea for you, opponent. Cycle a Street Wraith, then cast a Hollow One for 3 mana. Oh yeah, you can cycle. See? There you go.
It's on its way.
That is an option. The next Hollow One is on its way. Play the Wooded Foothills.
This one's basically in the bag.
I have no idea how they get out of this. I mean, okay, it starts
You have
with
diarrhea.
It starts with Lightning Bolt on Harbinger of the Seas. That's for sure. Yeah, then I don't know what else. They're actually low on cards too.
Low on morale.
Now, traditionally, Hollow One was a pretty good matchup. I don't know about in 2025. Bring in Force Negation. I have a feeling Tideshaper is not good in this matchup. Tishana's Tidebinder seems terrible. Consign might... Oh yeah, Consign actually is good. I can hit the Ox of Igonus ETB. I can counter Hollow One. What else can I counter? I don't know what else I can counter. Maybe it's not that good, but I can interact early with this card, which is the point. How many creatures? 25. I can't get rid of too many creatures. Flare of Denial seems poor on the draw. Tideshaper seems terrible, though.
We didn't see any Eldrazi ramps so far.
What can I do with this?
No
A
Amulet
lot of their
Titan.
creatures have ETBs and stuff. To be honest, I don't know how good Harbinger of the Seas is supposed to be in this. I would assume it's like somewhat poor.
Rocked 'em.
Well, that was an unusual game.
No.
It's like this is basically a mono red deck. It shouldn't be good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take it out for Tishana's Tidebinder. So I have 25 creatures. Bring in a Tideshaper, I guess. Ugh, this feels wrong though, because like Tideshaper is too easy to interact with. Yeah, screw it. No Tideshapers. Okay, we're bringing all the Harbingers back.
Yes.
And you know what? On turn 5, maybe it'll actually do something. Or sorry, turn 3. It'll still hamper their mana. Hand looks slow as hell. But you know what? Ether Vial is pretty good
Elegant.
against Hollow One. They can exchange one of my hands for another hand. And I can still vial all the stuff in play. Okay, this is a pretty good start. They do nothing on turn 1. Come on, Force Negation. That'd be perfect. Not Force Negation.
Not bad.
It's a good card, but I have to play Ether Vial first.
Fetch for a basic.
Oh yeah, they can fetch for. I was like, what's with the fetch lands? Okay, Burning Increase. So we're both gonna. Oh, we got a Force. I lost the Harbinger of the Seas. I can't force that, unfortunately. And I have the Consigned to Memory in hand, which is sad. But if that's all they're gonna do, then that's a pretty big. That's a win for us.
Buzz 'em.
Okay, we'll put this in play tapped. Pass. Still have to consign up for the future. For a future Hollow One. Now that's too late.
There, see, he's learning.
They always do.
But you kept all the tight ships in the sideboard.
Very likely, actually, if they play something, I'm just gonna force negate, pitch the consign. They have like nothing here useful. Blazing Rootwalla. I can't do anything about that card. Okay. Mind Spring Merfolk.
A lot of these burn creatures put a lot of carbon in the air.
Yeah, they do that. Okay, that was pretty good. I now can actually bounce this hollow one at end of turn. Let's see what I do. What, you can buff this up once? Probably just chump block with my Mind Spring if I'm allowed to. Because I'm probably just going to win with this Sveloon. Should be more than enough. I have a lot of routes to win. I mean, I could put Sveloon into Shana's Tidebinder in play and block this hollow one. What else? I got options. I could bounce this thing. But if I bounce, I want to bounce at end of turn. Because otherwise they'll just replay it. And that defeats the purpose of having Consigned to Memory in my hand.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be ya. Vial goes to 3.
And his life total goes to 0. Hey, there's that weirdo.
Yeah, the weirdo.
Funny you showed up.
Funny do you see you here.
You weirdo.
The hell was that for?
To send the message.
Oh, Vengevine.
Is there a trigger you can stop?
There's nothing I can do here. Okay, interesting. It's just gonna beat me in the face for 3.
Well, you could flash in the dude.
Yeah, do I want to flash in the dude? Not really. I don't feel like flashing in the dude.
Wait for 3, then
actually
block it with her butt.
No, but she's a 3/4 creature. I guess what I could do actually is I could block with Tashana's Tidebinder, play Sveloon, and then yeah, I think that's fine. Then our opponent has to play 2 creatures, and I can consign that too. The thing is, Sveloon unopposed should win this game. Unless I get the Sveloon curse where I just draw garbage. Let's hope that's not the case. Another consign. So I have a consign for the hollow one. I have a consign for the everything. Ugh. Oh, actually I can play this.
Game's turning around.
So no future Vengevines are going to be cast. Not hard cast anyway.
What is this avatar? The heck is that?
Some commander card. Unholy Heat.
I haven't seen that one in a while.
Will that kill it? Oh, wait a minute. You know what we could do here?
Redirect it.
Come on, can they... damn it. Don't play a hollow one. Yeah, we can redirect it. There we go. Why do we have this card in our deck? Why do we have this card in our deck? I think this is this might even be like the second time ever in my life I'm pulling this off. The problem is it's so clunky. Like it only works when it basically only works when you have is this gonna do it? Yeah, you may. Oh, I will. You can kill this thing instead. By all means. Do they have? Yeah, they have Delirium. It says 4 card types. Now what? Now what do you want to do?
But he didn't see that coming.
Yeah, that was not in the plans. They're cycling the hollow one.
Wow.
I guess it's more useful in the graveyard than in the hand. There might be several hollow ones for all I know. Okay, untapping with Force Negation, Consigned to Memories are great.
You're about to get some mad card draw with Sveiloon.
Well, that's the idea. Yep, the Sveiloon curse strikes again. I mean, we got something last turn, I suppose. This hand is quite good. Force Negation will protect versus something. Consigned to Memory should be able to hit another angle of stuff. Draw 2, discard 2.
No, I don't think I will.
I don't really want to force this, though. Nah, maybe it's worth it. They obviously have nothing in hand. Cause yeah, there's a world where, is it when you cast or when they come into play? Whenever you cast a spell, if it's the second creature spell, okay, well, we're definitely countering this. Oh, I can consign both the Vengevines trying to come back if they play a second creature here. Because that was the first creature. So if they play a second one, I can consign the Vengevines. Wow! The power of this card.
This is probably.
What if you find another Vengevine? Well, I can actually consign 3 Vengevines.
Oh yeah,
That's
replicate.
possible. Yeah, the replicate. They discard Goblin Lore Lightning Bolt. And they just have one random card. They have a random card left. I would say this game's in the bag. It is super in the bag now. Does this win? Technically, no. Technically, no. So we should actually not play the Master of the Pearl Trident.
Oh, another weirdo.
Yeah. Protecting our board even more.
Please let us play another one. Where's that Unholy Heat Part 2? Come on.
Sure. Got a Marauding Mako. Behold!
Deploy everything.
Yeah, cast. Choose this thing. And this thing. Hold on, no, cancel. Oh, cast with replicate. This and this. We're gonna replicate it, yeah, once. It's just counter target triggered ability. Oh, I can only counter one thing? Replicate, counter target triggered ability. You cast the spell copy for each time. You may choose new. Yeah, I can choose new targets. So how does this work? Okay, I have this. Cast with replicate. Choose target, triggered ability, or colorless spell. Okay, here's one. You didn't ask me about my second one, though. Oh, I can... Where's the second one going? No, different targets. There we go. Okay, we figured it out. It's complicated as hell.
They were games. It's your fault.
Okay, I'm just gonna flex my weird thing. Look what I got. Look what I can do. Basically. We just play Lord and win. Block this. Dodge this. And they resign. Alright, I don't know where we stand. If it was like red black, I think we would be pretty favored. I'd have to look at all the removal. And between Unholy Heat and Lightning Bolt, I think that is a lot of removal. I liked how these games played out. They did have... I mean, in Game 2, they had a pretty slow start. They started off with this district, and then they went to Explode. But we had all the answers, and we do have a lot of answers for this matchup. If you can even dismember a early hollow one, like, they depend on that early damage, and if they just don't get it in, you can stretch to the long game. You have very good chances in this matchup. Okay, that's round 4. We'll move on to round 5. Here for round 5, we have lost the die roll. The hand is barely playable. We can keep this. We can go like turn 1
It
Tide Shaper.
sucks.
Well, the thing
Whatever.
is, turn 1 Tide Shaper is pretty bad. Like, it's really bad. But, you know, we can Flare of Denial it away for the greater good. And also, I have to bolt myself with Sync. Let's hope this is not Boros Energy, and they kill my Tide Shaper end of turn, and follow it up with a Johnny. It's the only thing I can hope is not happening. I hope that. Then I hope they play a Johnny. Then I Flare of Denial it. Okay, we're up against Energy. And the hand is as bad as it could possibly be. It's as bad as it could possibly be. We have just a bunch of stupid lords in our hand. It's the worst. The worst case scenario.
Hear that, Master of Pilch Riding? You're stupid.
Yeah, this hand could not be worse than this. And I had to bolt myself.
Where's that Amped Raptor?
If I can draw one more land and get this Consigned Memory online, that might be fine. What the hell is this? Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Consigned Memory's offline. What's Mobilize 2? This creature attacks create 2 tapped and attacking 1/1s. It's annoying. So Tashawn's Tidebinder offline.
That's a pretty strong ability for like a 2-mana creature. Power creep, yeah.
I literally put the Lord of Atlantis in the sideboard, so I don't have them for this matchup. This is the match. Well, it's funny that they have Voice of Victory because I want to be playing on my opponent's turn as much as possible, but that shuts this down completely. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. But what about Vial? Mobilize 2. Wow! Oh, did they get exiled? They better. That's busted.
No,
I just keep drawing garbage.
They accumulate.
Although, you know, Consigned Memory is in the deck because it has some playability. Galvanic Discharge. That's just... We're just losing like we normally lose to Energy. Goblin Bombardment. Not fair. Draw. Clunky hand on draw. Oh, that is cute. What a synergy. That is great. Okay, anyway, I'm going to concede. I can't beat that. I'm just going to get steamrolled here. All right, but this... I honestly would like to play against Energy more because I want the reps. I want to know, like, what our chances are in this matchup.
Poor.
Okay, so... Not a huge... Okay, we're going to bring in... What am I doing here? What am I taking out? Okay, I'm definitely not taking out Consigned Memory or Stern Scolding. Although those cards could get a lot worse because that stupid other card that they're bringing in. I need some lords. I think I need some lords. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't need any lords at all. How many creatures? I have 20-ish creatures after that. That sounds too low. Okay, it sounds like I have to get rid of Flare Denial.
Sounds like you have to get rid of this whole
22
deck.
creatures. Bring in Spreading Seas because it's more reliable than Tide Shaper.
Start playing some of this mono green basking.
I like all these cards. Deshaun's Tidebinder, Sveloon, Harbinger of the Seas. I like Stern Scolding, like Dismember. Might be overrating Consigned Memory. I'm hoping Mindspring Merfolk is valuable. Hoping. That hope might be misplaced. Let's toss a Tide Shaper. What?
Is that a Black Lotus?
Oh yeah, probably. My bro's looking at the picture of Belcher. Okay, we won this die roll. This hand is good. This hand is very good.
It's okay. It's alright.
Well, it has the potential to mana screw our opponents. So that's a huge, huge win in my book.
Oh, it's this guy.
Yeah, it's that guy.
Aurora Borealis.
There's nothing else I can do with my turn, so I'm just gonna Spreading Seas this.
Yeah. Big, 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 big. Boom. All right.
And hopefully it encourages our opponent to find another plains.
Or just resign.
Instead of fetching for a mountain. And that can't even fetch a mountain. Guess this is just a Johnny or something.
Enchantment Destruction.
Yeah, it's a Johnny. So 2 energy. But that probably is going to be the end of the energy. And our Hydroelectric Specimen is going to prove to be useful. Oh, I didn't... Okay, so with this on the stack, I'm going to flash in the Mindspring Merfolk. Forgot to Violet in last turn. And we still want to tick the Vile up, though. Okay, Merfolk. Play Harbinger of the Seas. And hopefully our opponent cannot play cards.
From here on out. Or for the rest of his life.
Hopefully they don't have basic mountain in hand. I can sort of deal with basic plains. I can't deal with basic mountain. Probably the cat's gonna come in. I don't want to block anything. I'll block that thing eventually, because the Ajani can't really do a whole lot.
Ha! You called it.
I always call it.
Oh!
And I think we are just... I guess I can attack with Harbinger of the Seas.
It's free.
Basically. Because I can pump it up. If I really need to.
And get some mad card draw. Play a 2-mana dink. Come on. Oh, God. It's so backbreaking.
Let's draw some cards. Oh, hold on. Cancel. Let's put a Harbinger of the Seas in play first. And then let's draw some cards.
No.
Okay. We're like, I can't beat the first one. I'm not going to beat the second one. What we're going to draw, though? Island, Mindspring, to draw even more Mindspring. Then we would have drawn all this good stuff.
Oh.
And then just win the fairway. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't even need Lords for this matchup. Because, like, when we win, they're not really doing anything. And, like, there's other... It's not even with Harbinger of the Seas. There might be other games where they have very few resources on the board and we, like, win with a Svelun or something. Okay, now we're on the draw. We might want Force of Negation on the draw. Spring Seas is going to be a lot worse. Tide Shaper is going to be a lot worse. Actually, a lot of these cards are just straight up worse on the draw. How much protection do I want on the draw? Yeah, I want some. Consigned to Memory is for Ajani. It's for the Ajani ETB, even the Ajani Trigger. It's for Static Prison. It's for that's about it. And I can hit Static Prison with Force Negation. I can hit Goblin Bombardment. What else can I hit? What else can I hit with Consigned to Memory in this matchup? I might have to take it out. Gotta jog my memory. I can hit... Oh, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I like that. How many 1-drops do I have? 4, 8, 11. Technically less. I don't want to do that. Well, I mean, this is technical. Okay, I think I'm fine with this. I think I'm okay.
Oh, she's drinking her water.
Which water? Oh, saw one on the ground. She's talking about, like, my water.
Spooked you. She's dinking her oiter.
Now I'm thinking on Mass of the Pearl Trident. Like, is there a world where I even want this on the draw? But I don't really want... I think Tide Shaper is actually technically worse on the draw. It's only good with Flare of Denial, and I sided all them out. It's only good with Harbinger of the Seas. Ah, screw it.
Live dangerously.
Yeah. Maybe there's a game where we go Spreading Seas land, Tide Shaper, the other one, they don't draw any more lands.
Yeah.
We gotta live in that world.
I love that.
Love that attitude.
I love it when you Spreading Seas them and then it just locks them out.
I'm probably dismembering that. I am definitely dismembering that.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Ugh, the basics.
Ooh.
So, yeah, that's good. Merfolk. There's nothing to protect their creatures, right? I don't think there's a single thing to protect their creatures. Because I don't want to... I'd prefer that they're going to try to play a creature to commit to the board. And then we kill the Guide of Souls in response. You can give a creature haste, huh? They might be suspicious that I play this turn 2 Vial. Like, do I have a removal spell up my sleeve? Yes, yes I do. I do, opponent.
Got a 45 Magnum up your sleeve. It's obvious.
Anyway, is it worth it to take 1 damage to see what they're gonna do post combat? Well, if they play a Johnny, if they play a Johnny, I'm definitely killing this Guide of Souls anyway.
So long. See you in the land of Aurora Borealis.
The land of Aurora Borealis. You heard my brother. Okay, this is interesting. Let's see how far we can get with this hydroelectric specimen. I can block this stupid Ragavan. And it's a good blocker. This card was so much better when Modern Horizons first came out, because this blocked Amped Raptor. It blocked everything. It was so good. Like, and there's like no removal spell that's going to deal with this. I mean, maybe they'll play Galvanic Discharge, but that'll be great.
Yeah, piss it away.
I mean, I guess they'll play, if they play Flage, that's fine too.
I thought Flage was banned.
No, not at all. Boink. See, that if that were Mutavault, I don't think we'd have blocked there. That block never would have existed. Because Galvanic Discharge would kill our Mutavault. But as a Hydroelectric specimen, we're getting play out of this card in this league. Yes,
it's working.
It's we've done it twice. Look at that, clean. That was clean. Yes, and they have to use all energy on this card. It's fine with me. It's completely fine with me. Ah, damn it.
You can buzz him.
Now the question is, do I go after the mountain? A few options here. The sensitive source is the plains, but there's a lot of plains in this deck. There's not so many mountains in this deck. But I think I have to go after the plains at this point. I'm on the draw, right? Yeah, I'm on the draw. Alternatively, I don't have to do anything.
Not true.
I could pass. I don't want them to play another card, another white card though. Okay, I'll Spreading Seas the plains. If they have Flage, that'll make it harder for them to play it. I guess we'll play a Mind Spring Merfolk. It's a good card though. It's a really good card. I like that card. God, don't kill my damn Mind Spring. Don't do it. Do something else with your mana.
Yeah, shoot yourself in the foot. Somehow.
Damn, they have an Arid Mesa. I guess we just let the Cat Warrior come in. It's fine. I might actually Flood Pits this Ajani and then shuffle it away. Or they might try to kill their own Ajani too. But they have no red permanent in play, so... So not kill their own Ajani, they could kill their own cat token. Trigger Ajani.
Triggered.
Well, anyway, I have regrets. They did, but they didn't play a land. I think they had to have drawn it. Oh, you're doing nothing? Okay, I am definitely playing Flood Pits here. Want to do something now? Want to kill your cat? You want to kill my Mind Spring? What do you got in your hand? I don't get this.
He's got everything.
I don't really understand. I do want to untap, though. I really want to untap with this Mind Spring. Draw some extra cards. That's the Raven Charm. Yeah, you're going to kill this, deals damage, twice the number of creatures you control. Very rude. Take this up to 3.
Big. Oh.
Not big enough.
You gonna shuffle it away?
Damn, you know... They gave us the opportunity to take our turn. Like, that was a punt. They just made it like a big gamble. Like, I would activate my Vial at end of turn. Like, we were at our end of turn. I could have just taken my turn and got the Mind Spring. How much do I really care about this Ajani now? Now I have Tishana's Tidebinder for the stupid trigger.
No, I should just get rid of it.
Yeah, maybe I'm going to leave it on the board. Or, okay, hold on. There's a lot of things I could use this Tishana's Tidebinder for. I might. But I sort of need, like, another Mind Spring to come up. Or, I need another Mind Spring, or I need a Sphaloon. Okay. Okay, I'm paranoid of this thing. Shuffle it away.
Off to the pound you go.
Get rid of it. Yeah.
Here comes another one.
What's this, Fable? Oh, Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay, that's... I mean, I'm not happy to see this, but...
I'm really into rosemary and other seasonings right now. And dill. Cumin.
Can't the stupid thing. You would draw 2 cards off that, right? Discard 2 cards, draw 2 cards, yeah.
Italian blend.
You get absolutely nothing in this case. Well, our opponent has a good clock on us.
But it's about to turn around because you're going to get Sphaloon.
Sphaloon would be perfect. Mind Spring Merfolk would be perfect. That's not even close to perfect. You know what? I think I had to block this card. I think I had to block the Cat Warrior. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I think I had to block the Cat Warrior. Don't put anything on top. Dump whatever the hell it is that you find. Oh no, they found a card.
Maybe misclicked.
Maybe. That's bad news. It's that Ajani I put back in their deck. Okay, well anyway, I can't. Well, I can block the Seasoned Pyromancer, I guess, but it offered too much value. Okay. We need Sphaloon, really. Sphaloon or nothing.
Phew.
Okay, there we are. That will help me a lot. Okay, how's this going to go? If they attack with everything, I can block Seasoned Pyromancer. Oh, but then he can bring it back, right? Create 2 red elemental creature tokens. Yeah, that's very rude. Actually, they're probably going to shoot my face. No, they're going to shoot the creature. That is... I mean, that's whatever. I can't do anything about it. Yeah, I can. Oh, whatever. I guess I had to block this Seasoned Pyromancer earlier. It may not have worked out the way I wanted it to anyway. All right, good games. Oh, I can't even say good game. It's the 5th game.
4-1.
Well, it was close, actually. I
Yeah,
hope
that was
everyone
close.
can appreciate how close that was. Also, if we drew, instead of lands, we drew our Hydroelectric Specimen, that would have helped us in those final turns of the game. What else would have helped? Well, okay, so our opponent shouldn't have let us untap with Mind Spring, so the Thraben Charm thing shouldn't have happened. But I didn't need to play the... Well, anyway, okay, I have no problem playing the Flood Pits Drowner when I did, because I just assumed there's no way my opponent had removal, because why would they give me priority? I just feel like slightly upset that our opponent made a mistake, and somehow I wasn't able to capitalize on it. But I like how it played out against Energy. It wasn't bad. We were able to keep it even. I would say the key thing that made us lose is we just had an absolute garbage hand game 1. We had 3 Master of the Pearl Tridents and a Tide Shaper in our opening hand on the draw. I purposely put these cards in the sideboard because they are the worst cards in Energy. I wanted to draw any of these other cards. Everything around it would have been great. Instead, I had these cards.
Right into the vortex of shit.
Yeah, I know. It was it was very frustrating. I honestly would like to play against Energy more to know how well this deck performs. You don't really see it in the leagues, but when you're in an open event, you'll always see it because there's tons of them in the event, and as you are winning, you will play against more and more Energy cards. I like how this is playing out right now. I'm gonna play test way more of this. I probably need another. I'm not really liking how my Gorios games are playing out. Like, I'm always on the bottom end of my range of hands, but still, there's an alternative plan. Like, maybe I go, like, full-on Spreading Seas route versus them, because they can go get their basics, but I'll be like, okay, whatever, sure, whatever, I'll Spreading Seas the crap out of you. And that might be good enough to beat them. So if they fetch Swamp, Spreading Seas, and then Harbinger of the Seas, the rest of their lands. There's a world where you can mana screw them. I think it's an awkward line to take versus such a combo deck. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm probably gonna play something like this. I have a face-to-face open coming up in a week from the time that you see this video.
You should play Blister Core Weird.
No, it's not even for this deck. No, we're playing this weird guy. Got to see it, the power of it twice. I like it. I'm hopeful that this card is going to be a big deal. It could redirect Thraben Charm, for crying out loud. In theory. Hope you liked it. Give the thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time, Fish Fam.
Bye.